So number one, this is almost like the 300-pound, or maybe it's the 800-pound gorilla in the room. So everybody's thinking, Web 2.0, well, isn't this sort of like a rerun of the dot-com bust? I mean, haven't we been there before? Haven't we learned any lessons? Now, when we look at the dot-com bust, I think there's a number of things that we have to bear in mind. With the first coming of the dot-com era, there was a huge amount of novelty, and people had not yet thought out carefully how these companies could be launched, what the business models would be. There was almost this mass hysteria of people wanting to stake some claim in any company whatsoever that was doing anything related to the internet. And so you seem to have these factories that were just incubating and spitting out dot-com companies almost on a weekly basis. So there was a lot of, and things like burn rate. These types of words were used almost as a badge of honor. We're burning tens of millions of dollars. This is how good we're going to be. This is how much money we can spend. It was a bit of an odd thing. Now the reason, does anybody know why I would have pets.com up here? Pets.com is typically remembered for all the wrong reasons. They had a great Super Bowl ad, and that was it. The problem was they weren't in the business of producing Super Bowl ads. They raised a lot of money. They found out pretty soon that it wasn't a viable business. So pets.com is a bit of a poster pet for the dot-com craze. But I think the thing to bear in mind is that past is actually quite recent. So there have been a lot of lessons learned by investors and entrepreneurs. So that's one of the questions I get asked. Isn't this just the dot-com era all over?